My name is Robert Adams, and this is my English 112 proposal project. My proposal is on inequality in public school systems. You can just drive around to different parts of town and be able to see the inequality that is present in these school systems. Lincoln County, for example, if you drive down to East Lincoln High School or to North Lincoln High School and you look at their facilities and the equipment that they have in those facilities, and then you drive into Lincolnton and you can see a major difference in their facilities. Newer construction seems to be popping up in wealthier areas, and equipment is newer, and the resources are more abundant in these areas of high dollar wealth. Lincoln County is a good example because on the east side you have Lake Norman, and there's a higher income, and the property value is higher, the homes are more expensive, they're bigger, as opposed to Lincolnton, where it's a little bit older population, there is less income areas over there, and they end up having generally less money flowing through those schools. There are more repairs done and new builds done in wealthier areas. Now, unfortunately, wealthier areas tend to be more of a predominantly white area, as where non-whites tend to live more in the lower income areas. And those schools end up having a lower graduation rate and a higher dropout rate than the wealthier sides of town. And this is a quote from an article written by Laura Meckler. And overwhelmingly white school districts receive $23 billion more than predominantly non-white school districts in state and local funding in 2016. You can go into these schools and see that there are, in the lower income areas, there are more disarray. They're older, they're outdated. Recently, I went into my son's high school, North Lincoln High School, and they have new whiteboards, smart boards in each classroom. A lot of the classrooms have tablets for for each individual student. Whereas you go into a place like Lincolnton High School or certain places of Charlotte, and these resources are not available in there. The basic idea of public education is that it serves to level the playing field by providing equal learning opportunities for each and all students. And William Schmidt said that in an article that he wrote. Unfortunately, in society, that is not the case. It is not equal, it's not level. How I propose that this could be fixed is the communities need to put more pressure on legislators to equally fund projects and make sure that each school is getting the correct and equal amount of money from the government, federal and local government, to allow everybody to have the same opportunities, to have more resources for those struggling. In North Carolina, we have the education lottery. That money is allocated solely to the educational system of North Carolina. I found a graph on the North Carolina's budget website that shows where the money is allocated to. The distribution, 57% of the distribution goes to non-instructional support personnel, which means this is not teachers. This doesn't go to the school facilities. This money goes to administration. 57%. 19% goes to new school construction. Transportation gets 6%. The North Carolina College Fund, for their based aids, they get 2%, and then college scholarships go to 4%. This money, this is so disproportionate, and pre-K gets only 12%. None of this money is allocated to bettering the schools that currently exist. It all goes to new construction and to paying salaries of people who don't even educate our children. This needs to be restructured and have this money allocated differently so these schools can get the repairs that they need, the equipment that they need, and be able to give our instructors the pay that they need to be able to teach our children and have everybody graduate and get the same education equally. Thank you.